It's 15xdx and kick streamers have invaded Beijing. The first samurai, Johnny Nagasaki, is here to teach the Chinese how to be Japan. Reverse colonizing these white adjacent, #stop stopping Asian hate back up again because don't believe what the Department of Miseducation tells you. My grandmother always told me Oda Nobunaga was black. We've all been harping on this game for so long that we forgot to remember Ubisoft never misses. And this is exactly what Asian Madagascar needs for its history. Some changes and corrections by historians without sources. And lo and behold, the game is out and it is a return to form bona fide masterpiece. And I am just saying that to avoid the maple syrup Mountie Mafia killing my dog. While we were here hoping for an Assassin's Creed game about pulling off assassinations, we never realized there was a violent gay person of rap music in the wings just waiting to put his size 18 Seoul 2 feet up the bonus hole of the mud-coated peasants of Seoul, alongside his gender-swapped kung fu sidekick, Jackie Chan. We got too fixated on the Assassin's part and forgot all about the Creed. In the last decade, we have seen a large amount of remasters, remakes, sequels, or reboots, trying to hang on to the fame of past IPs while avoiding everything that made those games great again. Now is the time of changing everything for the modern audience until they manifest. But they never stopped to think that just because they could unproblematikize every beloved game doesn't mean they shouldn't go all the way. Instead of stealth and social camouflage, the fantasy of being a silent, unseen killer, blending into crowds and not standing out, creating authentic historical locales, what Ass Creed players really want is absolutely none of that. DI games aren't failing because they moved too far away from what the original fans love. They are failing because they didn't move far enough. When you think ass and ass, we all think just two things, open world game and Yasuke. There are two very divisive elements. Some people enjoy collecting 163 codex entries per zone, and other people hate women. Some people like being a nuisance in a foreign country, and some prefer to do it in their own. Why are we still expecting this game to be about some dude sneaking around carrying out assassinations? This is 2025. Imagine how big the audience will be if we can get the people who just want to run up and bash peasant skulls in with a club then trash their holy shrines. You control the buttons you press, and who does not want to be the legendary, one-of-a-kind savior of Japan, weighing in at 350 pounds, the Black Samurai Yasuke? There was a second character, nobody knows her name since she's white adjacent, but Ubisoft is so based for making it clear that this is a combat hack-and-slash game, and the bigger, stronger man can do everything better except for hide in shadows because it would be unacceptable if he got a stealth bonus at night. Now that's dodging a bullet. Ubisoft's cultural consultants helping them navigate the nuances and avoid causing a global incident. They were going to call it Yasuke's Creed, but thought the shadows would be clever since, shadows are black. And we also find out the canonical legendary Black Samurai is quite the ladies' man. Did you know while he was loyally serving Oda Nobunaga, he was plowing his sister? Hey, it's history, chuds. And you don't have to. You control the buttons you press. This isn't Ubisoft forcing you to romance a married, real woman who is known in her culture for being honorable and faithful, loyal to her husband, a true female icon. Until now, according to the virtuous culture respecters at Ubisoft, this woman was a loose You had the option to romance anyone you want, and you choose the buttons you press. When Ubisoft gives you so many button choices of women, who really is to blame here? You make the choice, they give the choice. And this is why they give you so many options when Yasuke is not sheathing his katana in gaping pussy, including the long list of women, such as Oda Nobunaga's married sister and... that's the only option you are giving. You control the buttons you press. But hey, there's a canon option where Ubisoft presses the buttons you press for you in the canonical, historically accurate edition. And according to history, when Ubisoft controls the buttons you press, he's canonically with her as well. All I'm saying, if you are willing to fork over some extra cash in this always online $150 base edition MTX Simulator, you have a furry outfit for your horse in the Good Luck bundle, or Gluck for short, and play your cards right. Well, I'm not saying Ubisoft forces Yasuke to have a romantic relationship with a horse. I'm just saying, you control the buttons you press. And for the people saying this is the fetish content of some of the staff members, come on, that's against the law. Don't be going after the devs like that. Ubisoft staff, I respect that you would ship a black man with a horse. Stunning and brave. But did they go far enough? The answer is always no. How could this possibly be enough to fix history? Considering how much Ubisoft hyped up gay priests performing the Hollywood Shuffle, where's the maps representation, Ubisoft? Are you not an ally to the cause? They got the best possible developers for the job of making an authentic Romance of the Three Kingdoms video game, bringing life to Korea's most turbulent times. A bunch of college-educated, white women-adjacent Frenchmen. And that's not a criticism of the developer. That's just a request, Ubisoft, to do better at portraying Rice Island as the trans allegory it always will be, with the new history written by cultural colonization experts. There is no need to send me to Gulag, Comrade Trulander. People questioning why Far East Africa has a black man in it? Japan has always been an African colony. The better question is, why are the inhabitants of New York's Chinatown in this game? Come on, Ubisoft. New York doesn't even exist at this time period. Where's the attention to detail? So I applaud and support Glory Hole leader Yves Guillemot in their goal to make the internet a safer place by teaming up with the government of Kanakistan to jail anyone who criticizes this game. The cherry blossom tree of liberty must be watered from time to time with the blood of innocence. How can we, as a society, achieve freedom when people are free to say mean things about corporations? Only Governor Trulander and his Ubisoft cronies can protect our freedom of speech that we like being the only speech allowed. Ubisoft hates the Japanese so much they invited an anime girl to play the game and immediately got them fired from their job. It is every colonizer's right to disrespect the religion and cultures of the uneducated foreigners we have conquered. It's just a game. You control the buttons you press when you loot the in-game real imperial family tombs, or desecrate real religious shrines, which the Japanese government and priests of those shrines are openly denouncing. And what do they have to be mad about? We're just trying to educate you on your own history. Do you not like education in Japan? This is historically accurate. Right now, we have foreigners in your country destroying these very shrines for TikTok videos. There's never been a more accurate game. You control the buttons you press in a game, and if you believe in freedom of expression, you know we would do this to any and every culture or religion in the world the exact same way except for Islam. If anything, they should be thanking Ubisoft. If we didn't come to Japan's defense in World War II, they'd have lost, and they would be speaking German by now. Shadows is my first 11 out of 10 GOTY of the year 2025. Come on, people, buy this game. I'm a struggling journalist, and this is one of the last companies willing to bribe us for good reviews. We can't let Ubisoft go under. Remember the good times. This is a return to form game. Remember the old form of the industry, when it was a bunch of gangly nerds and classics making games, still being remastered decades later. And how much better that was than the current 250-pound piercing-covered hog with blue hair. And that's not a harassment on the devs. I think that is the perfect size for when World War III brings us back to the caveman age and we need ammunition for catapults. So spread the word far and wide and keep an eye out for journalists breaking the non-criticism treaty. Ubisoft, Bully Hunters, and the 51st State have set up a hotline, 1-800-MOOSE-NUT, to give harassers a complimentary trip to the wall. Keep an eye on your neighbors, report them for wrong speak, and if you do not hear from me again because I've been deported to West Russia, I love Big Brother. So buy the Ultra Deal Edition, subscribe to Ubisoft Plus for free NFTs, pre-order some in-game currency so you can be the first in line for floral cosmetics before they sell out, and keep me employed. Buy Ninja Gaiden Black.